Log number 2, day of recording, 6th of November, time close to going 7. The past week has been an interesting working experience. I've finished the writing part of the Arc 1, but I quickly realized how much I wanted to change and rewrite parts of it from my experience of going through the first writing of the whole story. I began rereading it and seeing how everything works and interacts with each other. And I quickly realized how much I wanted to change things and create some iterations. I've been worried about the writing part. The choices that I'm faced are choices that I haven't been really thinking about in general, given that it is a new endeavor for me, and I've been trying to really stay as close as I can to my emotional theme for this story. I would say the drawing part is always something that I'm quite used to, given that I have a lot of years of experience behind. But the writing part feels like something that my soul can do quite easily. But given I haven't had the same amount of time with my art, I I try to answer questions of how does it come across and to the words that I'm using convey the feeling that I want, or is the pacing of the paragraph being easier to understand or harder to follow through. And questions like this are sort of arising as I'm rereading it, and I feel it's part of me learning, but at the same time it creates a bit of doubt, which I think is quite healthy if I think about it. It's the moment where I know that I am feeling uncomfortable, which is a good thing given that I'm slowly growing into feeling comfortable. And the idea of writing words to describe my feelings and phrases too much how I ponder and visualize things is something that comes quite naturally for me. So, beginning of this week, I would like to finish up the rewriting. And when I say rewriting, I mean the first chapter mainly needs the most rewriting, given that I had the more experience as I was going to the other two, which makes sense as I had a bit of a practice. So the plan is I am going to finish the drawing. Sorry, not the drawing, the writing, and the drawing is gonna happen after. But I'm going to go today and buy some of the paper that I'm gonna be using for the three drawings that are gonna come out of this arc, which I have been thinking what size do I want them to be. So I'm going with something a little bit smaller than a 1 or something close to a 0 or something in between. The reason is that I don't want it to be quite large, as that would take a lot of my time, and I would like to dedicate an equal amount of time to all the arts that come from the stonemason's journey. And at the same time, I would like it to be as big as I can, just what the details that I wanted to add, so that everyone could see what is being shown in detail and be able to interact with it in terms of after it's been implemented on the website, so that when there is paper on the floor or a book open, that you could click on it and you could see the context of it. So we'll do that. But the thing about the drawing is that with the finish of the composition, let's say I do chapter 2, which is in his room, is one of his rooms actually, and it's scattered with loads of things around him. The things around him, after I finish the drawing, I have to do. So some of the writing, some of the letters, the books that are open or torn apart, some of the drawings on the floor. Those are most of them are things that I already have, given that the compositional designs, the tryouts and all that will be shown in the composition through those means. But some of them are quite exclusive and will be done on separate papers and sketchbooks, smaller, and will be scanned and shown there. So it's a different part of the story that needs tended to, after I know that the initial arc is satisfactory. So I'll do that. I'll finish the writing part in the next few days, I think, and start doing the first few compositions. And hopefully by next week, I can really focus on just the drawing. And then after that, I could implement them on a website, and any missing pieces, letters, extra drawings that need to be done, I can do. As I say that, I've been thinking about the release of this arc, and I think it's gonna be close to mid-December or just before Christmas, as the story, especially on chapter 3, has a setting of Christmas time. I think it's quite nice to have it released parallelly to to the um to the real Christmas time. Uh, Quite interesting thought that I'm toying with as I move forward. So yeah, this is log number 2, and I'm signing off to explore and see how this week treats me.